Hello, welcome to RC Video Reviews. Today we're going to do not really a maiden flight of the M4 by OMP, but this is the first time you guys have seen it fly. I've got a Spirit Fly Barless on the helicopter. I'll be flying with a Radiomaster TX16S running Edge TX 2.8.5. Before we fly, I do have some explaining to do. The first thing you need to understand is this video is sponsored by Buddy RC, who sent me the OMP M4 for review right around the time of the product launch on YouTube. Now, I did get my M4 built pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I switched to a different FBL, and during my maiden flight, I crashed the helicopter through no fault of the helicopter or the FBL. It was my mistake. And it took me a little while to get some spares, and I had to get a spare GPS on the back. That's one of the things about this particular setup that I'm very interested in testing out is the Spirit GPS system. The reason for that is because the Spirit Fly Barless has the ability to set a hard deck enable, so you can, with the GPS turned on, you can set a deck that the helicopter won't go below. It also has the ability to do position hold and return to launch. Now, Fred and I have been tuning this helicopter. We spent last weekend actually tuning the Fly Barless, working on the gains, working on the head speed, and the helicopter flies well. Today, the intention was to get out and show you the GPS, and we actually went out and did a little bit of testing. Now, unfortunately, during the initial GPS mode testing, it did not work out. When I put it in position hold, the helicopter flew back toward me. When I put it in hard deck enable, it launched like it was going into rescue mode. And when I put it in return to launch, it took off going the other way down the field. So I have some work to do on the GPS. It's not ready to show you how that works yet today, but I will work on it and we'll get it done. But what I wanted to do is get the M4 up in the air so you guys can see it fly. And I also want to say thanks to Buddy RC for being patient while I get this M4 sorted out and ready to fly on video.
We're also brand new to this whole GPS unit thing, so we're kind of learning as we go here, so we're figuring it out, and stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and this is my first go with the Spirit FBL, and it took me a little time to get it worked out. Again, not a fault of the Spirit FBL, it's just my learning curve switching from Icon to Spirit. All right, let's fly this bad boy.
Rudder centered. Flight route 10 flights.
So there you got the Fly Barless working really well. I don't have any problems with the Spirit outside of the GPS mode. So, you know, basically for all the flight modes that I've been working on, with idle up 1, idle up 2, and my bank settings, no issues there at all. And I think the Fly Barless looks fairly well locked in. And hopefully you can see the M4 really pops in terms of color. The orange and white scheme makes it very easy to see. You get nice color pops when you're out flying around. So that much I do like.
Yeah, the white against the orange like that too helps it pop, I think, the orange, you know.
Yeah. All right, let's do a couple things, Fred. Oh, I meant to keep moving on that. I got a little bit too much back elevator. There we go. Little loop. All right, let's do a little tail slide right up close here. Nice, yeah, very, very nimble. I mean, you guys know I'm not a SMAC 3D pilot, right? Everyone obviously knows that, but you know, for my purposes, this Fly Barless seems to do a pretty darn good job. Easy to handle. One thing I can show you is the auto rescue mode. I'll just pop it into a kind of a hover and I'll hit the auto rescue You can see, boy, it's got an aggressive climb out on that auto rescue. I'm sure that's a parameter in the Spirit I need to test out, but yeah, it definitely has an aggressive auto rescue.
Yeah, I was reading actually not too a minute ago. You can adjust your pitch on that, the degree of pitch that it engages.
Yeah. So yeah, the Spirit's doing a good job. It sounds good, it looks good, and of course the helicopter. What's not to like? Great color scheme, and I would say traditional OMP build quality. You know, the whole helicopter just works really well together.
One minute.
All right, that's my timer. So that'll wrap up the flight video for the OMP M4. Again, I want to say thanks to Buddy RC for sending this helicopter out for review. I am sorry it took so long to get this one out, but it was just one of those deals, you know, needed parts and had a hard time getting things put together. Okay guys, I actually got the GPS situation worked out on the Spirit Fly Barless, so I wanted to show you a couple of different modes. You're gonna have to forgive the wind noise because I don't have my normal camera gear today. I'm just gonna put it up and show you position hold, hard deck enabled, and return to launch. That's all we're gonna do.
Rudder entered.
Hey John, look, that thing on top spins.
Yeah, pretty neat. Don't touch it.
Wow! What, you lose your fingers or something if you do that? I don't have to worry about that.
All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is position hold, and what I'm gonna do to show you position hold is I'm just gonna put it into a hover, and I'm gonna start sliding to my left, and I'm gonna click position hold. So I'm sliding left, now here's position hold, and there it is. Now, here is my radio. I'm not touching it, I'm not flying it. The airplane is the helicopter is flying itself with the GPS. So nothing there for me. Now what I'm gonna do is full left cyclic. So this is a slide to the left. That's full left. I'll let go. It goes back into position hold. Right there, it locked. Now I'm gonna do a full slide right. This is full right stick, all the way to the right. Now it's sliding right. I'm gonna go forward just a little bit and let go. And there's position hold again, it locked up. And I also did combine that with altitude hold. Okay, so that's position hold. That works good. I'm gonna turn position hold off now. I've got control of the helicopter. All right, now we're gonna do hard deck enabled. I have it set up so that when I turn hard deck on, it should use the current altitude as its limit. So I'm gonna turn on hard deck there. It's gonna climb away from that just a little bit. Now I've got control of the helicopter. And what I'm gonna do is bring it down and touch the hard deck and give you a look. I have not done inverted testing yet, so I don't know, don't ask. I'll do that later. But I'm just gonna bring it down now and descend into my hard deck. And right about there, it hits the hard deck and bounces up. That was not me. I did not do that. That was the helicopter. All right, I'm gonna do it one more time. Just gonna bring it down into the hard deck. Here we come, down into the hard deck. We hit the hard deck, it launches back up, and now I've got control of the helicopter again. So that's hard deck enabled. And now the last thing I'm gonna show you is the GPS return to home. So I'm just gonna slide over here to the left a little bit. I'm gonna turn the hard deck off, and now I'm gonna hit return to home. There's return to home. And the helicopter is coming back and parking over the home point. So that's return to home. I'm gonna turn that off, fly away. We'll do it one more time. All right, so here's another return to home test. I'm just hovering out over the field. I'm gonna hit return to home. And here comes the helicopter flying back. And there it is. It pauses pretty much over that home point. It's coming a little closer to me than I think it should because I did set one on a map, but it does come back, no doubt about that. So I'm gonna take return to home off now. And I'm going to do it one more time. Just going to slide over here to the left, go forward some, and we'll just pretend like we're flying around. I don't like what I see. I'm going to hit return to home. There's return to home. And it maintains its heading, but you can turn the tail. So if you want to bring the tail in, you can do that.
That's pretty cool.
That's it.
That's very good.
Those are all the modes that I really wanted to see working on the Spirit GPS, and I'm going to say that's a success.
Yeah, that's
now,
great.
I do have some testing to do on various attitudes and attitude recovery. I will get to that, but I think that's good enough for today's video. Thanks for filming, Dave.
Yeah, man, you'd have to really be careful when you're using this terminology, like hitting the hard deck and all that stuff. You got to make sure you say it just right, because that would be kind of bad. Yeah, man, good job. Good job. That's good programming. Nice. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to find that very helpful. It's going to save a lot of moolah for a lot of people eventually.
Now what I'll do is I'll start spending time getting used to the different parameters and attitude entries. That's the next trick, right? Is to try entering those modes while you're inverted or while you're actually moving at speed to see what happens. But I would say based on what I saw today, the functions actually work. So position hold works, return to home works, and the hard deck enable definitely works. But as you can see, beautiful flying helicopter, and I'd say a great first helicopter if you're just getting out of maybe the trainer setups and you need something that looks good in the sky in the 380 class. I mean, I have no problem recommending this helicopter at all. It flies really well. Well, I hope you liked my first look at the OMP M4. If you like this kind of material, make sure you smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know when new videos hit the channel. That's all I've got for today. Take it easy.
Later, folks.
And go fly something.